Hello, Mama.
Hello, Nancy.
Hello, Daddy. How are you today?
Fine.
Hello.
You
Hi.
should be at work.
Oh, I'm sorry, Nancy. This is Dr. Cohen.
Yes, we met.
Several times.
Where's Pat? Where is Pat?
I'm not sure. I haven't seen him today.
Why?
David, Nancy's been home with me. She came home, you remember.
Where are they? The boat? Well, tell me.
Pat's still living on the houseboat, yes.
Shh, darling, it's all right.
You can't.
Daddy, please.
Mr. Feldman, try and relax.
Nancy.
Is anything wrong?
I'm going to take your blood pressure again, Mr. Feldman, so try not to talk, okay?
But she can't.
Listen, it's all right. Just take it easy, hmm? There we go. Much better.
How is he?
Fine. It was just a momentary jump. It happens.
She worries.
I'll set her straight, don't worry.
Thank you.
As for you, try and get some rest, okay?
What a doctor.
Enough of that, too. I'll stop by to see you later. Don't be too long, okay?
No, we'll just say good night.
Okay, I'll be right outside.
Good night, darling. I'll be back this afternoon.
Don't worry.
Of course not. You rest now, darling.
I'll come back after work. We got a ways to go yet in Great Expectations.
I'd like that.
So would I.
You're happy.
Of course. Now, you take care of yourself. I'll see you later.
What happened? Something happened. Something went wrong.
Just for a minute.
Oh, please tell me.
Oh, it was just a sharp rise in his blood pressure at the moment. He was just reacting to the moment. It's fine. Now, I couldn't hear your conversation, but obviously whatever was said set him off.
I thought so. You see, he has been worried
you don't have to
about
explain.
something.
It's just a good idea not to start any conversation or tell him any news that'll upset him.
No, of course not. We'll be more careful.
Otherwise, he's making fine progress. All the tests point to a good recovery, so don't start worrying about this now, okay?
I'll try.
Good. I have to get back to some of my other patients. This hospital frowns on favoritism. I will stop in on him a little later.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Bye.
And doctor, my father's right. You are a good doctor. Thank you.
You heard?
Yes?
He's a very sick man.
Mama, Dr. Cohen just told you not to start.
Forgive me, but I do worry. I mean, you saw what happened. If just thinking about you and Patrick can do this to... Nancy, please don't turn away from me like that.
Mama, he asked me where Pat was. Now, what could I say? Mama, what did you want me to do? Tell him that I'd broken off with Pat completely and that he was out of my life forever? I'm sorry. I'm upset.
And I'm not?
I know. I love Daddy, and I don't want to upset either one of you. But I can't feel like I've got to keep justifying myself to you. Now, I'm going to do everything I can to reassure him and to help him get well. You've always trusted me to live my own life and make my own choices. Now, please, trust me now.
Nancy, I want to believe that everything's going to happen for the best. But just tell me one thing. Are you thinking about the situation?
Of course. still love Pat. That hasn't changed.
Yes?
And I don't have any answers yet. I can't lose him. Not now. Maybe with time.
It'll be easier?
I don't know.
All right, no, I won't say another word.
Mama, I'm sorry.
Oh, darling. So am I.
Hi.
Hi.
Busy?
Yes.
Okay.
Get back here. How'd you know where to find me?
Oh, I have this homing device. You see, I just close my eyes and think about you and just follow your vibes.
My vibes?
Yeah, it's an expression we kids use nowadays.
Oh, I see.
Besides, Miss Morris told me where to find you.
I checked your father's chart before. He seems to be doing better.
Yes, he is. You all right?
Sure, why?
You look tired.
I haven't been sleeping too well lately.
Why not?
No one there to kick me in the middle of the night and steal the covers.
I never did that.
Oh, yes, you did. I miss you.
Me too.
The place feels empty without you. And I always thought that was a cliche. I guess I never knew what it meant.
Oh, I want to be with you. Oh. I just don't know when I'm going to be able to get back to the houseboat. I hope soon.
You hope?
I just don't know when.
You make it sound as if it might never happen.
I love you. You know that, don't you?
Yes, but I don't want to lose you.
You're not going to lose me. We're going to be together. We're going to live together.
I was, wondering if maybe we shouldn't be thinking of something a little more permanent.
You better watch out. I could take that as a proposal, you know.
It is. I want to marry you, Nancy.
Oh, Pat.
I can't surprise you.
No, we just agreed.
Yeah, it's time for new agreements. It won't be easy. We'll have problems, but when your father's better, we can make him understand. Well, what's the matter?
I didn't want to tell you, but I was with Daddy this morning, and he asked about you, about us. I don't know where it came from, but he got so upset, and...
Is he all right?
I just got scared. And I can't... I've thought about marrying you. I love you. But I don't think that that's the answer for us.
So what do we do?
We stay together as long as this lasts. I'll come back to the houseboat as soon as I know Daddy can take it.
Would he be able to accept that more easily than marriage?
I think so. I don't know. It's not just Daddy, and it's not just your mother or my mother. It's that too, but Pat, it's me too. And you. I just can't see us making...
Okay.
I love you. I'm so lonesome for you. I promise we'll be together soon.
Well, hello.
Hello.
I heard this is the best place in town to get a decent sandwich.
You're well informed, the best and only.
Uh-huh. I see you've had the hospital fare, too.
Oh, yes, too often.
Any recommendations?
Well, the pastrami's good if you're really hungry.
Okay.
Dr. Cohn, I'm sorry about the time I gave you.
Oh, please, you already apologized.
Well, this morning I saw how thorough you are with Daddy and concerned. I knew he already liked you.
I like him. And I respect him as a patient. He recognizes the scope of what's happened to him, and he really appreciates what we have to do to help him get well. What more could a doctor ask?
Well, we're all very grateful.
Thank you.
Oh, I'm meeting someone for dinner.
Oh? Oh. Excuse me.
Oh, no, I didn't mean to be rude.
Oh, no, that's all right. I'll just get a
Please,
chair.
you don't have to run away. I would have
No,
asked
I
you to
shouldn't have been standing here like
enough. I'm asking you now. Sit.
Thank you, but you really don't have to do that.
I know, but I really want to. Would you please join me?
All right, I will. At least until your friend arrives. Right about the pastrami. I don't think I could take another meal at the hospital. Chocolate pudding with the rubber top really got to me.
Oh. Could you tell you made a hit with Norma?
Norma?
Greenberg, she runs the place.
No. Well, for me, it was love at first sight. I wasn't sure about her.
Hey, listen, you got 2 pickles. You're in.
Well, that's wonderful, because I have a feeling I'm going to be spending a lot more time here. To Norma and me.
Dr. Cohen, can I ask you about something that's been bothering me?
About your father?
Oh, no. About a remark you made last night.
Before we were friends or after?
After. As I was leaving, you said something about being impressed that I spent the evening at the hospital reading my father. What?
Well, my first impression of you was different altogether. I was glad to see I was wrong.
Oh, I think I should hear some more about this.
No, I disagree.
Well, come on, I'm going to think the worst. What was your first impression?
What you were going to think, probably. All right. Well, before I do this, let me preface it by saying that I was since proven entirely wrong. In other words, don't throw anything at me, okay?
I promise.
There is a particular breed of woman around whom the sun and planets revolve, or so they think. They are extraordinarily self-centered, imperious, and since birth have been accustomed to all manner of worldly goods.
Oh.
Like I said, I was entirely wrong.
I hope you were.
Oh, I don't doubt it. I'm sorry.
I guess I came on kind of strong when we first met. But I really thought you were obnoxious.
See the false impression that one makes?
Very rude and very bossy. More interested in yourself than my father's well-being.
That's enough.
But you see, I was wrong. Still friends?
Still friends. You know, I was curious about you even when I had the wrong impression. Somebody mentioned you were a dancer.
I was. I had big hopes. But that's in the past.
Yeah, I know about that too, the accident. I'm really sorry. You still miss it?
Oh, it's better now. A little better. Yeah, I miss it a lot. Especially when there's music. But I love music, so it's good and bad at the same time. I'm learning to live with it.
I love the cello. I used to skip Saturday afternoons, Little League, so I could go to my lessons. My teacher was a real maestro. The mustache, the accent, everything. He really encouraged me. He said, "You're pretty good." And I was. I had dreams. Of course, my parents were convinced I would be a soloist with a Philharmonic by the age of 20.
So what stopped you?
Well, by the time I reached 18, I realized that good as I was, I wouldn't be good enough. You know, I couldn't play it the way I wanted to. That hurt too much. So I stuffed the damn thing in the closet, and that was it. Oh, well, it's no tragedy, but maybe I understand a little of what you're going through.
You never play it anymore.
Well, I still manage now and then to pull it out and start sawing away. But it's hard because I'm out of practice and I hate playing badly. But I can't help it, it's a part of me.
Oh, I understand that. There was always music in our house.
Well, you know, if it's music you want, the city is full of it right now. And the streets and the parks, at Avery Fisher Hall.
The Philharmonic in the park. You know, I just might do that.
You should. Would help. Maybe sometime you'll go with me.
Oh, yeah, maybe.
So, where were you last night?
Me? Where were you?
Expected to see you last night. I sat around downstairs thinking you'd turn up, or at least call.
You were here, in your quarters?
Well, where else? The houseboat's still out of bounds for us, isn't it?
Well, I waited for you at Greenberg's for more than an hour, and I finally gave up, had a sandwich, and went home.
I don't get it. I was supposed to know you were at Greenberg's?
I left a note for you in your mailbox.
Nancy, there was no note.
I'm sorry, but I wrote a note for you, left it in your mailbox, went to Greenberg's, and no Pat. Why didn't you call me?
Where, at home? I thought you might call me.
Well, I just assumed there was some kind of emergency or... This is silly. We had a misunderstanding. Come here. I miss you. I'm sorry. What a waste of time. You're still angry?
No, I'm sorry too.
Well, if you're not angry, you're doing an awfully good imitation.
Are you telling me what I feel?
Pat, what's happening?
I don't know. I guess I'm finding the situation a little hard to take.
Well, it's not exactly a kick for me.
The difference is you made a choice, Nancy. I didn't.
How can you say that? Because I said I can't marry you. Well, you knew that before. We never had that option.
I wonder. Okay. Okay. What about the options we do have? Living together for now?
You're asking when now starts, is that it?
Or when the waiting stops?
That depends on Daddy. I want to go back to the houseboat and be with you for as long as we can manage. But what if I went with you tonight? Daddy's not ready to hear that. And Mama would be terrified Daddy would find out and get sick again. Now, if I can't tell either one of them, then we're right back where we started. Pat, my hands are tied.
Yeah, well, looking at it that way,
The only other alternative we have is to wait.
Till?
Till Daddy's blood pressure doesn't go up every time your name is mentioned.
What? You said he was upset when you mentioned me, but I didn't...
Well, I didn't go into details. Adam, Dr. Cohen was taking his blood pressure. Daddy asked about you out of the blue and his pressure zoomed. Just a simple conversation about you could put him in physical danger. Not imagined, but real, tangible, measured by a machine. And you're saying that I'm making the choices, Pat. Don't do that to me.
Oh, Nan, please. This is the last thing I want. Hey, you're what I want. And if I can't have you for the rest of our lives, or even for a short while on the houseboat, at least I want you someplace close, not shut off from me. I'm getting the feeling that things are changing and I'm helpless.
I moved back here because I love you. That hasn't changed. I want this waiting to be over just as much as you do.
I know. If I sound selfish or impatient, what you're hearing is panic. And I sat there downstairs and I waited. I couldn't call. I couldn't take any action to bring you back. Okay, now I know it was a mistake. In my head, I know that. But somewhere else, it feels like you took one more step away from me and you're not coming back.
can I do?
Oh, excuse me. I just came from your father's room. He seems to have gotten much better.
Thank you.
His blood pressure stabilized. I haven't seen any more sudden elevations.
Well, Mama and I are trying not to upset him.
That's wise.
Adam, I'm glad to hear all that, but Nancy and I were in the middle of something private. Would you mind?
Of course. I'll go downstairs to the coffee machine.
Thanks.
Was that necessary?
You and I have little enough time together.
We don't exactly own this space. What right do we have?
We don't seem to have any rights at all, Nan. It's one thing to worry about your father and how he reacts, but do you have to put the whole world ahead of us, too?
Need some help?
Hi.
Hi. I repeat my question.
Thanks, but it's not heavy.
Present for your father?
Mm-hmm. I have a strong suspicion it's made out of popsicle sticks.
Okay.
It's a present from my cousin Lisa, who's 12 and very sweet. Listen to this. Dear Nancy, how are you? I am fine. I'm having a great time at camp this year, except when I think about your father and how sick he is. I'm sorry he's sick, and I get sad until we go swimming in the lake.
That's great. It's a lot better than the letters I used to write home. Dear Mom and Dad, hi, how are you? I'm fine. Help get me out of here. I can't stand this place.
Till the end of the summer when you didn't want to leave.
You too, huh?
I went for 4 years, and I loved it. I wouldn't mind going now, actually.
I know what you mean.
They probably wouldn't take me. Too tall. Though I don't know. The place I went to was pretty weird. It was a Jewish cultural sleepaway camp. It was run by this great old couple from the Bronx who ran a candy store in the winter. The only problem was they'd never seen a tree before.
What was the name of this place?
Camp or Shoppy. It was an Indian name, although the tribe was probably the lost tribe of Israel. It was an anagram of the owner's name.
The Shapiros.
Are you especially good at anagrams, or? I don't believe it. When were you there?
Well, I was there for 3 years. I was 10. That was 1963.
I was there.
Did I know you?
Probably not. I was 7. You were one of the big kids.
Do you remember the camp motto?
Of course. I promise to be nice to my fellow camper, clean my bunk, live by the rules of the wilderness, and keep the Ten Commandments.
That's right. I don't believe it.
Hey, come on. It's not one of those things you forget.
Oh, that was a wonderful place, wasn't it?
Yes.
My favorite time were the Friday night campfire dinners, when we used to try to light the Shabbos candles by rubbing 2 sticks together.
Actually, I did like that. Except it made me homesick.
Yeah, Sabbath dinners were always special at my house.
At ours, too. Well, they still are. Parents live nearby?
Long Island. I still try to get out there Fridays, but it's never enough to satisfy my mother.
Oh, I know that story.
It's a lot better than when I was in medical school. I really missed them when I was out. Well, you know about that.
I know. Well, I guess I'll deliver Daddy's mail.
From camp. Come on, I'll walk you. You were right. They were popsicles.
Well, does it every time.
Dr. Cohn, I know this is short notice, but do you have any plans for tomorrow evening?
No.
Well, I'm inviting Dr. Coleridge and his wife for dinner, and I'd love for you to come, too.
Oh, that's very nice of you.
After all you've done, I'm not going to take no for an answer.
I wouldn't think of saying no. What time do I have to be there?
7 o'clock.
Okay, do I have to bring anything?
Oh, you don't know Mama.
Oh, he'll get to know me. And that means no. Thank you very much. You just bring yourself.
Well, thank you. I'll see you there. So long.
Bye-bye.
Such a nice boy.
Yes. Mama, I thought you had plans to visit Stevie and Leah with Aunt Sophie tomorrow.
I know, but I think maybe this will give Aunt Sophie an opportunity to be with her son alone. You don't mind, do you?
No, of course not. But I thought you were going out, so I made plans with Pat for tomorrow.
Oh. Is it anything important?
No, not really. We'll come to dinner.
Both of you?
Yes. Mama, what's wrong?
Well, I wouldn't say anything's wrong exactly. It's just that I just have to ask, do you think it's a good idea?
Why not?
I mean, you and Patrick sitting at the same table with his ex-wife and her husband, it's a very awkward situation.
They've seen each other since the divorce. I mean, it happens all the time.
You'll forgive me, Nancy, I'm not as sophisticated as you. But you can understand my concern.
Yes, all right, I can. But don't you worry about it. We'll handle it.
Oh, Nancy, why do you find it necessary to put yourself through that?
I didn't create the situation. If I had my choice, Delia wouldn't be there in the first place.
I know that you don't like Delia. I can see she can be a rather difficult person, but I did want to thank Dr. Coleridge for everything he's done for your father, and she is his wife.
Well, Pat's with me. Mama, can I ask you to answer something for me honestly?
Of course.
Is it really the situation you're worried about?
What are you asking?
I can't help feeling that you don't want Pat there at all.
No, that's not true. No, I like Pat. I'm not happy about what's going on. I mean, you know how I feel. I've told you that, but I do like Patrick.
You don't have to say
No,
that.
I'm being absolutely honest with you. Patrick's a fine young man. He's been a very good friend of the family for years. He'll always be welcome in our home, Nancy. You know me well enough for that.
Yes.
It's just I have to tell you how I feel, and what I feel is right. I mean, with everything else, do you think that Pat's going to be comfortable there? Especially it's Shabbos dinner.
Oh, he's been there before, and it helped me. Well, it helped both of us for him to see that part of me.
I know, but that was before.
It wasn't that long
Oh,
ago.
Nancy, a lot of things have happened since then.
I want Pat with me tomorrow.
It's that important.
Yes.
Will you invite him or shall I?
I will. Thank you.
See, I don't want you to misunderstand what I'm saying.
It's okay, Mama.
Good. It's going to be a very interesting evening. Thank you.
Oh, hello, Adam.
Hi.
Nancy, Adam has agreed to say the prayers.
We were hoping. Thank you. Hello, Nancy. Dr. Cullen.
Hi.
Roger, it's nice to see you out of neurology.
Well, it's nice to be outside. It's been a long week. Could that wonderful smell possibly be chicken?
Could be. And it's all ready to be served.
Oh, Pat will be here soon. Pat's coming? Oh. Well, you better cover that chicken. He's never on time, and it might get cold. Well, thank you for inviting us, Beryl.
Pleasure. I just hope that you're all hungry. Yes.
We're starving, right, Roger?
Right.
Adam, how about you?
Well, if we're waiting for Dr. Ryan, that's fine with me.
Well, he is late.
All right, we'll start without him. I light the candles. Adam, would you be so good?
Dr. Coleridge?
Roger.
Roger.
Thank you, Adam.
This is so exciting.
We light these candles to usher in the Shabbos, the Sabbath Eve.
Oh, I'll get that.
These candlesticks have been in our family for over 100 years. And I'd like to think that 100 years from now, our great, or whatever, grandchildren will be using these candlesticks exactly like we're using them tonight.
Beryl, I'm sorry.
I'm very glad you're here.
Hi. We really didn't start yet.
Oh, thanks. Hi, how are you?
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kedeshanu bar mitzvasav, v'tzivanu lahadlik ner shel Shabbat.
Amen.
Amen.
Blessed art thou, O Lord our God, King of the universe, who hath commanded us and sanctified us to kindle the Sabbath lights.
Good Shabbos.
Good Shabbos, Mama. Roger, good Shabbos.
Thank you, Nancy.
Good Shabbos, Delia.
Good Shabbos.
Good Shabbos.
Good Shabbos, Delia. Good Shabbos.
Good Shabbos, Adam.
Good Shabbos.
Good Shabbos, Roger.
Good Shabbos.
I don't mean to be dumb, but, well, this is all new to me. What does Good Shabbos mean?
It's Good Sabbath. Friday night is the beginning of our Sabbath, and it lasts until Saturday sundown.
Oh, I see. And ours is on Sunday.
Yeah.
Everybody, be seated. Adam, you sit here. Roger, Delia, Patrick, Nancy.
Look, hi. Excuse me.
It's all right.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, borei pri hagafen. Amen.
Blessed art thou, O Lord our God, King of the universe, who has created the fruit of the vine.
L'chaim.
L'chaim.
Mrs. Feldman, shall I do the prayer?
Please.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, amotze lechem min haaretz. Amen.
Amen. Blessed art thou, O Lord our God, King of the universe, who hath brought forth bread from the earth.
Now we eat. No, darling, I can manage by myself. You stay and be hostess.
You're gonna have to explain to me about L'chaim. I keep getting it wrong.
It'll come.
I can't wait to see what your mother made.
Oh, Mama is a fantastic cook.
You know, David's the carver in the family, and then I thought that I would try it. But then I thought, with 3 surgeons here, surely one would be able to disjoint the drumstick from the second joint. Any volunteers? Adam, why don't you try it?
All right, I'd be glad to. It occurs to me that the honor should go to the senior surgical resident.
That's very kind, Adam, but...
Roger may be a wonderful surgeon, but of all my husbands, he is probably the worst carver. Now, Pat wasn't quite so bad.
Perhaps this isn't the time to go into comparative analysis, Delia. What I'd really like is Beryl's permission to propose a toast.
Of course.
To Dave, who I hope will return to his place at this table very, very soon.
Amen.
Here.
Yes.
Did I say something wrong? I mean, everybody knows I was married to Pat.
Just have some of your wine, honey.
Did Nancy mention that we both graduated from Camp Orshapi?
You went to Camp Orshapi?
For 3 actually wonderful years.
Orshapi, is that an Indian name?
Well, actually, it was run by this incredible couple from the Bronx named Shapiro. And I guess they thought it wouldn't attract people to go to Camp Shapiro, so they did an anagram and called it Camp Orshapi.
It was a wonderful camp. It had an excellent cultural program.
Tell the truth, it did.
That's really funny. Hey, I'd like to thank Beryl and Nancy for sharing their Friday night with us. Even though Roger and Pat and I are from different backgrounds, you never made us feel like outsiders. L'chaim!
Ah, that was a noble effort. Thank you.
A few dishes, big deal.
Hey, dinner for 6 plus pots and pans.
6 customers for dinner, huh? That's a very bad night. You forget where I grew up.
Oh, I couldn't forget that.
No, I guess you couldn't.
What, did I just say something and mean it one way and you took it another?
Stay close for a second.
Pat.
Yeah?
Another Friday night dinner at the Feldmans. Is it very hard for you?
No. Your mother's amazing. Instead of cringing when she sees me, she welcomes me. She's a terrific woman.
I didn't ask you about my mother.
It was kind of strange. For one thing, I'm not too fond of Delia as a dinner companion.
Oh, I know. All those little verbal daggers. Roger, everybody knows Patty and I were married.
Oh, she's good at twisting a knife. And everybody didn't know. Adam practically choked.
Unfortunately, Adam is not a member of my family. My mother took it fine. She's on to Delia.
He seemed a whole lot closer to your family than I was. Adam.
Come on. He's Jewish. He knows the right words. He's grown up with them.
Like you did.
Yes.
Whereas I know all the wrong ones. L'chaim.
It's the right word. He just said it at the wrong time. Just a prayer too soon. Patrick. Look. Just think of all the dumb things I'd do if I had dinner with your parents. Probably sit when I'm supposed to kneel, and you tell me to forget it.
We don't kneel at dinner, we just say grace. But forget it. Nan, I was on an island.
Oh, no, you weren't. And if you were, I was right there with you.
Sometimes. Other times,
Oh, I'm sorry. The first night we're together in ages, and we spent it wishing each other good Shabbos. Of course, you felt uncomfortable.
I was more than uncomfortable.
Tell me.
I was afraid. For us.
Why were you afraid?
Honey, I don't belong. And if it's hitting me this hard, it must be all you can think about. Is it? Did you sit over there wishing your mother could ask me to say the prayers?
No.
And knowing your father'd be desperate if he even saw me at the table? Wasn't that running through your head?
No. But obviously it was running through yours. I mean, first you talk about my mother cringing when she sees you, now my father being desperate. I love you. I'm gonna stay with you. Why can't you believe that?
Because it's not a life for you.
Okay. Come on, sit. Let's go through this one point at a time. Now, you're lost among things Jewish. I'm lost among things Catholic. Have we always known that or not?
We have.
We have always known that. That is nothing new.
Right. But my understanding of what it means and how it separates us has changed. I see it better now.
What did you see?
That you come from strong traditions. They're part of you. You love them. How could you possibly be happy just living with me, with no vows or dreams or plans?
Easy.
No. It would not be easy. It'd be painful.
Let me be the judge of that.
I have a responsibility to look at it, too. You and Adam Cohen at Camp Oshapi. Nancy, you shared something with him, and all those guys that I just
for heaven's sakes, Pat, what about you in the sneakers saying Mass, or Father McShane not letting you hold the incense thing? I mean, there are things in your tradition that I can't share either. So let's live together and share something more important.
Nancy Feldman, the doctor's lover?
I don't understand. Are you saying you don't want me with you anymore?
I want you with me. Married to me. Settled down on dry land with a future and a mix of religions and whatever problems that brings. But permanent. A real union, one you can count on. Not just you. I also need it.
That's what you came away thinking? After tonight at the stable?
Yes.
Pat.
But what about you? I know you had feelings.
Oh, I did. And the conclusion I came to was the same one I reached before, only more so. Pat, we need to go back to the houseboat and be together for as long as it lasts. For years, maybe not years. I can't worry about permanence. I love you. You're the person I want to be with. Let's just take that.
Those candlesticks belong on your table someday. You've grown up expecting to pass them on to your children. You want children, don't you?
Yes, eventually, if it works out. The one thing I saw tonight is that we will never have the traditional home, church, family kind of relationship. And that's fine. That's wonderful with me. Can't you trust me to know myself about that?
Nan, I'm not sure you do.
I am. I am dead sure I want to be Dr. Patrick Ryan's lover indefinitely. Unless it's not good for you anymore.
It's good. It used to be the best thing I could imagine. There's something about loving you. It keeps getting stronger. Adam Cohen mentioned what a serious, lovely, traditional girl you seem to be. And my response was yes. I'd like to marry her, but it's complicated. And suddenly I thought, well, what am I, crazy? Of course it's complicated. So what? The fact is, I want you to be my wife. Isn't that what you want?
Pat, that's not a fair question.
Answer it anyway.
I can't. I can't.
Go to pathology first. Is it okay if I go in? Oh, sure, go right ahead. Thank you.
Nancy!
Hi.
Hi. I was just thinking about you and your mother. Listen, thank you for making me feel so at home last night.
Well, it was good to have you. My mother likes the way you eat.
I told her that her cooking spoke to me. Listen, I just fell heir to a couple of tickets for the ballet for this evening, and I'd like to, by way of appreciation, pass them on to you. Take your mother and have a good time.
Adam. Well, that's awfully nice, but they're yours, aren't they?
To do with, as I see fit. You and your mother can use a little recreation, am I right?
Tonight?
I think I saw that Pat's on duty tonight.
Yes, he is. I'd love to go, if you're sure you can't use them.
I am using them. Think you can talk your mother into it?
Well, I'll twist her arm. Oh, thank you. Thanks a lot.
My pleasure. Enjoy it.
I don't see any restrictions here. You can see him as soon as you like. Take him anything.
Good, thank you.
Anything wrong?
Oh, I promised Daddy I'd bring him a coffee egg cream this afternoon, but I thought I ought to check. It's fine. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
If he's talking egg creams, he's much better.
Well, his mood is. I told him all about last night's dinner. He was so happy you invited his doctors.
Nancy, you didn't mention who else was there.
He didn't mention Pat, neither did I.
I'm sorry, darling, but after the last incident...
Mama, I'm aware of the problems.
No, I'm sure you are. Forgive me. I'm just so upset that I really have no reason to. It was a nice night, in spite of my worries.
Well, you had a point about Delia. She loves to embarrass Pat, and she did. He said she's made the faux pas into an art form.
She and Dr. Coleridge do make a strange pair.
Everybody says they're ecstatically happy, which makes me wonder about Roger.
Opposites attract, I guess.
Oh? Never mind. Incidentally, something nice. Dr. Cohen says thank you to both of us.
What's this? Ballet tickets.
For tonight, for the two of us.
Oh, Nancy, I'm so sorry. I can't go. I made plans with Sophie. I thought surely you'd be tied up with Patrick.
Pat's on duty tonight.
Oh. But you'll still go, won't you? I can call off my plans with Sophie.
Oh, no, don't be silly. Maybe Pat can find another doctor to fill in for him.
Oh, Nancy, you never needed a Patrick to go to the ballet before.
And you love somebody, Mama. You want to share what you love with them.
That's the trouble, isn't it? I mean, last night it was so clear. You felt the differences, the things that couldn't be shared.
The only thing that was clear was that Pat isn't Jewish.
He was uncomfortable.
So was I, so what? It doesn't change the rest of it.
The rest of it? What's the rest of it? You know, Nancy, you're very vague about everything that concerns the two of you, about your plans.
We don't have any plans. How could we? Yes, all right, Mama. Last night made both Pat and I very uncomfortable. It was clearer than ever that we don't have any kind of future together. Not in the traditional sense.
You discussed that?
Yes.
And Pat Ryan wants you to continue with this affair?
Pat Ryan asked that I marry him.
What?
Don't look like that, Mama. I said no.
Oh, Nancy. That must have been very painful for you. I don't want to see you hurt.
I know. But you must be glad, too. Relieved.
I have many feelings, Nancy. And the most important one is my great sympathy for you. And also great hope.
I didn't say that Pat and I were breaking up. You understand that?
I understand. I wish I were going with you to the ballet. It would be like old times, wouldn't it?
How old was I when you first took me?
5 years old. Oh, I loved watching you watching the dancers. You'd always catch me at it.
Oh, that made me so furious. I'd look around in the dark, and there you were, looking at me, missing the show.
Oh, Nancy, Nancy, I never missed the show. And when you have children of your own, you'll know what I mean.
Right. Well, I better go return these to Dr. Cohen.
You'll enjoy Swan Lake. I see it once a year without fail.
Yes, it's one of my favorites, too.
But my husband doesn't love the dance, so I've left him home. Have you done the same thing?
Oh, no, I'm not married.
Oh. Oh, but here's your young man. How lovely.
Hi. I hope you don't mind.
Of course not.
I know you didn't plan on this, but I thought the ticket was going to waste.
I would have told you to use the ticket, but I didn't think.
Have you been to many performances since the accident?
No, it's my first.
Should be fine after the curtain goes up.
Sure will be.
I was just thinking about you. Well, I wasn't just thinking about you. I was thinking about you a minute ago. How are you?
Oh, I'm fine. I just came over to say good morning, and I had a lovely evening last night.
I had such a good time, I couldn't sleep last night. The ballet, the whole ballet, everything, it just kept going over and over in my head.
Oh, it was fun.
I kept thinking about that little old lady who was sitting next to you, peeking at us over the corner of her eye.
She was so worried when I came by myself, and so relieved when a man turned up for me.
Man was pleased about that himself.
It was a lovely evening. You know, I don't know many men who like ballet.
Well, we always had music in my house when we were growing up. My mom sang. My mom and dad belonged to a choir, a chamber music. And I started with the Nutcracker when I was 7. I thought the best thing I'd ever seen in my life was that Christmas
tree.
That's right.
You know, I think that's when I knew I had to dance, the first time I saw the Nutcracker.
You know, I'll bet we have a lot of things in common. Concerts for the young?
Oh, every Thursday afternoon.
How about music in the park?
Every summer in Central Park when the Metropolitan used to give their free concerts.
That's right. We used to drive to Prospect Park for our concerts.
Oh, those were beautiful evenings. I bet you went to dancing school.
Foxtrot, rumba, and the tango, I think, with a complimentary kiss in the forehead when our behavior was exemplary.
Well, we did those dances, but we didn't get any kiss on the forehead.
Well, you had to be very, very good to get one of those. Would you like to go to a concert sometime?
I'm not sure.
There's a Brahms concerto for viola and cello this Saturday night.
Well, I'd love to, but I'm not sure I'm free.
But you're not sure you're not free, right?
No?
Is there anything else I can tempt you with?
Please, you don't have to tempt
How
me.
about if we substitute the ballet for the concerto?
No, that isn't it. I'd love to go. But I'm afraid I can't. I'm sorry.
Well, I'll just have to ask you again sometime. It was just a thought.
And a very nice one. Thank you.
Well, you are exemplary companion for any musical event. Next week, the tango.
Oh, played on the cello, of course.
Of course. Uh-oh.
What is it?
Want me to stick around or get lost?
Get lost, please. Hello, Pat.
May I ask what that was all about?
Oh, dear.
Let's step in here, shall we?
This doesn't require privacy.
You don't mind my asking, though.
It's too hard to explain, but it was a joke.
The kiss.
Yes, Pat.
And if I'm correctly informed, you went to the ballet with him last night?
We were at the ballet together, yes. I did not go with him. Adam had 2 tickets to the ballet, which he gave to my mother and myself. My mother couldn't go, you were on duty, so I simply gave back the ticket I couldn't use to Adam. I did not invite him to come with me. On the other hand, I don't mind telling you that when he showed up, I was glad for the company.
You sound angry.
Well, I don't exactly like being questioned like this.
And I can't say I much like getting off the elevator and having a feeling I'm interrupting something.
I told you you weren't.
Have there been any other occasions where Adam just happened to be the same place you were?
This isn't fair.
Oh, I think that's a reasonable question.
If you don't trust me, look, this hospital is full of men who would take me out if I gave them any encouragement at all, and I don't.
Did you encourage Adam?
No! Pat, how can you think that?
I'm sorry. It's just that for the past couple of days, every time we turn around, there's Adam.
Yes.
Especially Friday night at dinner with your mother.
My mother invited the doctors who've been on Daddy's case, including you.
Yes, and Roger Coleridge and I were out of place, and Adam was completely at home.
We share those things. You understand that?
I'm trying to. I also understand that he likes you.
I like him, for heaven's sakes. But I don't love him. You're still the person that I love.
Thank you. I only wish it hadn't been necessary for you to say still love me. As if it's a condition that's approaching an end.
I didn't mean it that way.
You know what's bothering me, don't you?
A silly kiss.
It hasn't anything to do with it. I love you. So much. I believe in you, and I believe in us.
Yes.
But I'm not at all sure we can preserve that, Nan. You won't consider marriage...
And neither should you.
Then how do we go on?
Carefully. And lovingly.
What makes things... I don't know, without a real future, that...
We have never had that option.
What makes things so painful is it knowing that I'm wrong for you in so many ways, and Adam is right in about every way.
Except he's not the person that I'm in love with. I'm in love with you. Why can't you understand that? Why isn't that enough?
I don't know. But I'm having a lot of trouble with it.
I wish you weren't. I really do. Oh, she certainly is. Georgia. That's Daddy's Dr. Cohen, Adam. This is Georgia Rothschild. The secret to Frank Ryan's success.
Oh, don't let Mrs. Woodard hear you say that. Dr. Cohen.
How do you do?
Well, no wonder.
No wonder what?
Georgia, behave yourself. That's in reference to a subject that's been under discussion on and off all day. I don't need a psychiatrist. I have Georgia. Come on inside. Glad to see you.
I was hoping you would be. I was also hoping you'd be free tonight and you'd let me take you to dinner at Greenberg's. Oh, I'd have picked something more exotic and wonderful, but the last 2 weeks I haven't had a moment to cash any checks. I had to borrow $10 from Dr. Coleridge on my way off the floor tonight.
I don't have any plans.
Good. Maybe not so good. You're sad.
Yes.
Pat didn't like it that we were at the ballet together last night, even though we weren't at the ballet together exactly.
Did he say something to you?
No. No, I saw his face in neurology this morning. And I saw your face when you looked at him. Look, I'm sorry if I've been the cause of any trouble.
Oh, it's not you, Well, you're the walking illustration of the problem.
Because we clearly have so much in common in terms of background.
Because we're both Jewish. Because my mother obviously thinks you're perfection, and Pat's, the abstract of you threatens him. And then he sees Dr. Cohen, who is my friend, and it's just twice as difficult.
Well, I can understand that.
Oh, so can I, but it still makes me mad. Somehow I think we shouldn't be discussing this.
You're probably right. You want me to go back to the hospital?
No, absolutely not. Unless it's getting too murky and complicated for you.
What could be complicated about friends wanting to share the experience of Norma Greenberg's pastrami sandwich on rye? Keep it simple. I'm a simple man.
Are you?
I try to be. I like straight lines.
Straight lines aren't always so easy to follow.
Easier in the end than compromise.
What are we saying here? Are you saying that I'm compromising who I am and what I've been taught because I allowed myself to fall in love with Pat Ryan?
Oh, no. I don't force my straight lines on anyone else. Besides, even if I did, I don't know you well enough, and I certainly don't know Pat well enough to make a judgment on that.
Oh.
No, what I'm really interested in tonight is your company for dinner. I want to be your friend. Supportive, non-critical, cheerful. I want to talk to you. About you. Also about myself. I love to talk about myself, by the way. And I want to do all this over some solid food because I'm very hungry.
Well, that sounds simple and easy to handle, and I think I'd enjoy it very much.
Good. Let's go.
Georgia, everything's put away in there, and the pouch for Washington is on his desk, and I'm going to make up for no lunch by going with Dr. Coden to Greenberg's.
Pleasure to meet you, Georgia.
Oh, I'll see you tomorrow morning, and you can get off early this time.
Oh, no problem.